So today I'm going to talk about how you can overpay your mortgage and also look at why you might want to do this and why you might not want to do this. Now, there are some really good perks, and for a lot of us, we think of our mortgage as like a bit of a burden. We'd rather have that money in our pockets, but we understand that it's something that we have to pay for. Well, welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. My name is Charlotte Jessup, and I'm a financial educator and coach. Now today we're going to be talking about mortgages, and I just want to jump in and say that this is financial education. I'm here to talk about some of the different options that are out there, but I am not here to give you financial advice. If you want to speak to somebody about your mortgage, then please do go seek expert help about your particular situation. So why might you want to consider overpaying your mortgage then? Well, I think there are 4 main reasons that people would want to do this. The first one is that they want to pay off their mortgage faster. Now, there is a real sense of security about owning your own home. And I know I have a family, so for me, being mortgage-free would mean that I would never have to worry about my family having somewhere to live. It also means that you can then free up some money like in your budget for other things. So maybe you want to pay off your mortgage because then you want to go and travel, or you want to, just spend your money on something else. The second reason why you might want to do this is it's going to save you money on interest. So every bit of money that you're able to overpay on your mortgage means that you're going to end up paying less interest. And if you do this regularly over a long period of time, it could reach into the sort of multiple thousands of pounds worth of savings. The third reason you might want to overpay your mortgage is because it could work out better than leaving your money in a savings account. So imagine you've got money sitting in your savings account, you don't really know what to do with it. And that money in your savings account's earning like 0.5% in interest. Now you are paying 2% in interest on your mortgage. So essentially, by taking that additional money that's in your savings and putting it towards your mortgage, you're getting a better return on that. You're not going to be paying that interest, and therefore that's potentially a better use of that money. Now, the fourth reason why you might want to overpay on your mortgage is that when you come to remortgage, so let's say you want to get a new fixed deal, it could put you into a better loan to value ratio. So the more you pay off, the lower your loan to value. And the lower your loan to value, the better interest rates you are able to access. So this means that it could end up costing you even less in interest because you have eked yourself into a better loan to value bracket. Now, it would be remiss of me not to look at the flip side. So what other options are there out there instead of using money to overpay your mortgage? What else could you or should you be doing with it? Now, the first place to look is, do you have high interest debt? So do you have like credit cards of like 30% APR? Or do you have loans that are, 9, 10%? These are actually costing you more money in interest. So use that money first to pay off those high interest debts. When we look at, like keeping it in your savings or paying off your debt, you are going to get a better return if, say, you paid off your credit card at 30% than if you put that money on your mortgage with an interest rate of 2%. Another thing you should consider using that money on before you consider overpaying is to build an emergency fund. So if you don't have any savings, then you maybe want to build up an emergency fund. So emergency funds are used for emergencies, okay? This could be something around your home, like the boiler breaks or you need new windows, or it could be, like a car breakdown, or even something as serious as losing your job. Ultimately, having an emergency fund means you're able to deal with that when it happens. You don't want to take all of that money and just chuck it at your mortgage, and then when something happens, you're reaching for a credit card which has a high interest rate. So building your emergency fund and paying off these high interest debts should come before you consider overpaying your mortgage. Now I say should, but your situation is personal to you, and personal finance is personal. So you need to consider your own situation. Financially and probably, mentally, it's probably sensible to sort those things out before you consider these mortgage overpayments. It's also probably worth looking at improving your savings rate. So what interest rate are you getting on your savings? Because if that is poor, you might be able to get something better. You might be able to get a 1% rate on your savings, which could beat your interest rate on your mortgage. So if you're one of these lucky people that's got a mortgage interest rate of like 0.89% and you're able to get like 1.2% on your savings, it's kind of hard to get at the moment, but it's still out there, then you'll be getting a better return on the savings than you would be on overpaying your mortgage. Now, you could go one step further with this, and probably the biggest argument that people have against overpaying on the mortgage is that they could use that money to invest. And when they're investing, they're probably getting returns that are like 5, 6, 7, 8+%, which is significantly more than the interest rate on your mortgage is likely to be. Now, where you invest that money is like entirely up to you, and that's a whole different video. So please do go check out my other videos about things like pensions and stocks and shares ISAs and investing in general. So how do you actually go about overpaying your mortgage then? If you've made that decision, you want the peace of mind of owning your own home and you want it gone as quickly as you can, what are the steps you need to take to make that happen? Well, the first thing you need to do is actually check with your mortgage provider that you are allowed to overpay. In general, most allow you to overpay by 10% of the remaining value per year. So if you've got £100,000 worth of mortgage, you would be able to overpay by £10,000 in that year. Now, obviously, if you make that full overpayment, then it's going to decrease in the next year. You'll be down to like £9,000 in the next year, and then even less in the year after that. But you do need to check with your mortgage provider, because although this is common, it's not always true. So make sure you are able to do that. Also check for any other T's and C's around this. Now, once you've done that, the actual process of overpaying your mortgage is quite simple. You can just transfer the money to your mortgage account. So your mortgage will have like an account number and a sort code, and you can just transfer that money as though you were like transferring it to a mate. When I do this on my bank account, it gives me a little warning saying, you are transferring this to a mortgage account. You will not be able to get this money back. And that's something that you need to remember. Once that money has gone to your mortgage, you will only be able to get that money back by remortgaging and releasing it. So you need to be sure that this is something you absolutely want to do. Now, a good strategy for this is, rather than just sending money randomly, is to set up a regular direct debit. So create a regular transfer, maybe once a month, whenever you get paid, you send a certain amount over to your mortgage so that you are reducing that mortgage more quickly every month. It's really a super simple process. It seems like it should be way more complicated, but it's not. You literally just transfer the money. If you want to see what overpaying your mortgage could do in terms of reducing the length of your mortgage and the amount of interest that you pay, then please do go check out a mortgage overpayment calculator. I have linked one in the description below that you can have a little play with. It's great to actually see the effects that, an additional £50 or £100 a month could have on the length of your mortgage and also on the amount of interest that you pay. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. And whilst you're there, if you could hit the like button and hit subscribe, then you'll be able to see future videos from myself. A big thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.